Alright, hello. What is a Let's Learn video? I want to show you in this presentation and give you some of the backgrounds about the format. The basic format of Let's Learn consists of two phases. The first phase, which are about 60 to 90 minutes, you mess around with something you want to learn. It could be that you read a text, you watch some videos, you read some stuff on the web, you try things out and make notices and try to comprehend what you're learning. And I give you some tools later. And the second phase, that's about 30 to 60 minutes, you now try to learn the stuff from phase one, using loud thinking and elaboration and other stuff. So in this phase, in the second phase, you sum up stuff, you relate it to your own prior knowledge, you demonstrate this, you explain it with your own examples, you try to vary examples, make it your own in a way, and you can explore alternatives to the way what people are doing. You can play around with the examples you've been reading, and you try to resolve any contradictions in there. So what you do is that you do a screencast or a video recording in both phases. So in phase one, screencast will be your own documentary. Oh man, documentary. Probably you've seen on DVDs there's various making of videos, and so this is a kind of learning of video. And in the phase two screencast, that's a real Let's Learn video. It's a kind of proto-explanatory video, meaning it's a kind of, it's not a real explanatory video, but it's a kind of, it documents your learning struggles. And at the end of your video, you should take some time to sum up what you did and learn in this learning session. And then you just upload this, mostly uncut, no edits, and just upload phase two up to YouTube. And you can also upload phase one to YouTube, but most people will make it a private video, so nobody else can look at it, watch it. It's just for your documentation. It's a documentary, right? It's a documentation. I learned something today, as you say, a documentary, right? If I'm wrong, tell me. I'm not the native speaker, okay? So I've been talking about what Let's Learn is, but now I want to talk about what Let's Learn is not. So Let's Learn is not a classic explanation video, explanatory video, instructional video, or a tutorial. It's about documenting your own learning process. And so it's mostly about supporting your own learning, much more than support other people's learning. So if they watch your Let's Learn, they may learn something, but mostly it's about it's a strategy for you to learn, and you don't be too concerned about that it shows your problems in understanding, because learning starts with failing, and if you could do it in the beginning, you wouldn't need to learn it. So that's the main point about learning. If you're learning something, you cannot do it before and then you learn it. And that's a process where you make errors and where you see that there's some prior knowledge missing and all that. But why should you share your Let's Learn? I mean, learning is a very private thing, and Summer Khan, he says, let's learn in the privacy of your home. And now you are in your privacy of your home doing a Let's Learn video, but why would you share this with other people? And well, first, your Let's Learn videos may be interesting, insightful, or even funny for others. I mean, if you look at the Let's Play videos, sometimes it's about having a look at a game, how it's played at a good level, high level, and other Let's Play videos are very much about the performance of the people talking and being funny and witty and all that. So I can imagine that you could do Let's Learn videos which are also funny or witty. So this could be entertaining to some people. It also may help others to learn by giving them motivation, right? So other people do this too, and I can do it, and they see that you also struggle with it, and that's not easy for other people too, right? Also, with something like persistency, sorry about German word, to keep pushing, and if you're learning in public, what you're doing, if you're learning, doing a Let's Learn video, it means that because it's public, you don't stop so early. Maybe you do running, and if you run through a park and there are a lot of people standing there, I mean, most of us has experienced this effect that you push yourself a little bit harder because it's really embarrassing in front of other people just to say, "Oh, I'm so tired and I stop running here." So there's even a psychological effect, but I won't talk about this one here in this presentation. And also there's the togetherness. I mean, other people could learn by themselves by playing your Let's Learn video and put it in some browser tab and do it by their own pace, but also have other learner talking about it, and you don't feel so alone. And some people really need this, to have the feeling that other people are also doing this, and so they can go on. Basically, Let's Learn is a learning strategy. And if you look at the literature about learning strategy, you find that mostly categorized in different strategies. So you find cognitive learning strategies, meta-cognitive learning strategies, resource-based strategies, and so cognitive learning strategies, these are like repeating something to elaborate and to organize. Elaborate, I have a slide after this one, so I will elaborate on elaboration. And what's a metacognitive learning strategy? So that's plan and do your self-monitoring and self-regulation. And there's resource-based, there are internal resources and external resources. Internal resources is mostly about managing your effort, time management and attention management. So how much time do you set aside for your learning? How do you prevent looking at your WhatsApp messages and your Facebook timeline and all that? So to really focus on that and just switch off everything. And then the good thing about Let's Learn is that actually you cannot do it really while you're doing a Let's Learn, because it's bad for your screencast if you start to do some WhatsApp messages or something like this. And the external resources, that's creating a positive learning environment. That means that there are no distractions, and so that's good, because if you want to do a screencast, you have to talk, so you have to have some room where no other people, maybe co-learners doing Let's Learn with you, but normally no other people are there, and so that's good for your learning, for your concentration. You should prepare some literature and some websites and all what you need, tools, etc. And maybe you bring in a learning group. So these are all learning strategies, and Let's Learn really supports or affords all these learning strategies. So Let's Learn is especially elaboration technique, and I'm researching on learning environments to support elaboration for about 20 years, and so I'm pretty excited about Let's Learn videos, about this format I'm experimenting with, and I hope you join me in experimenting with Let's Learn videos. So elaboration is, as you saw on the slide before, is a cognitive learning strategy, and it means that you explain stuff with your own words, create your own examples, and play around and try out stuff. And you try to dig deeper into something, to delve into the subject and build up redundancies by looking at it from different angles, to form associations with all your own prior knowledges, so you really get connected into your knowledge map you have, and you integrate it into your own world model. Your world model is the model you have to explain everything around you. So all human beings want to be strive for safety, in meaning that they want to know what's happening next. You know, if you go to a door and you see a knob, in your world model you have a model of this knob. They know, I just turn this and it opens, and it's very important for your own self-efficacy. And so learning is expanding your world model, and so that's a very important thing. You don't learn if you don't integrate it in your own world model. And one thing, I was talking to Gertrude, a friend of mine, and she said, well, I told her my idea about Let's Learn, and was quite excited. and so she said, well, it reminds me a little bit about this reciprocal teaching techniques. And I said, yeah, well, you're right. So if you haven't heard about reciprocal teaching techniques, it's a technique developed in the 1980s by Anne-Marie Palinska and Anne Brown. And they came up with this for supporting a better understanding from reading. So it's a technique for students. And a lot of learning is today is based still on reading, maybe also on some videos and all that, but there's still a lot of reading. So, and they came up with 4 roles for tasks people have to do with some text they want to learn. And I think it's you could use this for your Let's Learn videos in Phase 2. So you should first predict from the title of the texts you're working with what will you learn. You should ask yourself, what will I learn from this, and maybe also what's my plan to learn today. And when you are learning, you should always clarify to see, okay, what am I struggling with right now? Why? What is unclear? What prior knowledge or skills are needed to do this? There's something missing. Maybe I have to learn something additionally. When you also should question and connect. So, is there anything that you did not understand or did not make sense to you? What questions came up in your mind? And that's very important, because this could lead to the next episode of your Let's Learn video, because you see, okay, it seems to me I'm not ready to go on this direction. I have to take a step back and learn another concept before I can go into this direction. And also, you should always ask, have you ever applied this technique by yourself, or did you have the same question or problem before? And so it's always about connecting yourself to the things you're learning, and then you also should do summarize what are the most important things you have learned in this session, and just do a quick sum up. And in the next episode of your Let's Learn video, you also could start with a summarization of the last learning session. So it's all about redundancy and repeating stuff, so it really gets a chance to become very embedded into your models and your brain and your memory. So if you're doing Let's Learn basic format, you have to create a YouTube channel for your Let's Learn videos, and then you number your Let's Learn videos continuously. So 1, 2, 3, and up to a few thousands if you really start doing it. And in the German version of this presentation, I already said, hey people, first one who reaches number 100, I go for a beer with him or her, or a soft drink if you're just 12. I cannot promise this for the international, because I don't know if you're sitting maybe, I don't know, in India or China or somewhere else. I don't know if I will be there. So we have some kind of virtual meeting, I think. If you like to, I would be glad to get to know all the people who do Let's Learn videos. So another variant could be Let's Learn together. So everything I told so far is one guy, one woman sitting in front of a computer doing this, but there's no reason why not 2 or more people could do this. I would suggest that in phase 1, everyone learns for him or herself, and in phase 2, when you get together and all do the Let's Learn together, and maybe you can use some of the reciprocal teaching techniques, that you have one person who's summarizing and one person who's always asking questions and all that. So just run a while and come up with your own formats. And if you've done a few sessions, Let's Learn, maybe if you say, okay, I also would like to do a video which is much more like a tutorial or explanatory video, just do some Let's Explain videos. These can be like ad hoc videos. You just feel confident that you really can explain a concept or a technique, show a tutorial in one take, or you can really meticulously plan your video and have a storyboard and all that. Probably do some videos on that too. We have a lot of post-production and good didactical plan, and you create some visualizations for this. So it's really up to you. And I prefer to see if people also use their learning process in the Let's Learn videos and use this for doing Let's Explain videos. Okay, so that's it for today. Thanks for watching.